My apologies, chat, viewer, subscribers. Literally been getting prepared for this crazy winter sort of. I don't even know if I should call it a blizzard or what, but this crazy. If you've been on the East Coast and you know about this like crazy like winter storm like that's been going pretty much on and been talked about like crazy all week. I'm literally preparing for that because Saturdays, Sundays when this damn thing is kicking off, and yeah, like it feels like the apocalypse has hit out here in the streets, bro. Like I'm being dead ass when I say so many people are legitly like going insane. I literally went to Walmart twice, bro, and every single time they were like wiping out everything, and I'm like, bro, if the power goes out like they've been predicting and stuff like that. Which, by the way, like if my power doesn't go out, anything like that, I'm still going to continue to stream and stuff like that. We're just going to hope and pray that our power doesn't go out. I mean, it's usually pretty solid, but we're going to hope that it doesn't go out and stuff like that. That way, I can still stream everything that's going to be happening. Still having a good time for the anniversary and stuff like that. But it's going to be 18 degrees and like Monday's like the low is like 1 degrees. I'm literally looking at this shit right now, like over here, and I'm like, bro, this is insane to be looking at. But I wanted to go over here and I wanted to talk about this player survey result. Um, so, question one: the following option basically received for the votes for the Japanese version. If they wanted super long battles, 7 phases. Super long battle, 7 phases, and the following for basically the international version is over here. The global fam, we wanted long battles that are 5 phases. Bro, that is wild. Like, first of all, it's pretty split. I'm not gonna lie, you can see the percentage for each option. Like, it's pretty split, dude. Like almost like damn near almost 25 like percent each, like 1/4 each. It's kind of crazy, but the fact that the super long battle fights edged it out by a little bit is like from a stance of these percentages is it's kind of crazy that actually won it. People are like, yeah, I want to see super long battles that are 7 phases when we have battles with red zone and stuff like that are like what 3 phases, and then some are 1 phase, some are 2 phases, whatever. But you got like with with the way that Dokkan has pretty much been presented itself right now, that's that's a wild thing to request and actually want. Like the fact that that's even an option is insane in the first place, especially like I said, with this power creep that's been happening and the bosses doing this and that and that and this. I'm just waiting for like bosses to start nullifying your damage reduction while still hitting on their second turn for like 12 or 13 million super attacks that are crit that are doing multiple and then still raising attack by 200% on their next turn coming in. I'm looking at you, Gamma 2. Like I'm still expecting that level. And the thing is that if the units come out and they look like bam, 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 they're beating up everything for a little bit, and then you get a hit with an event that starts to test them, like genuinely test them. I'm just gonna tell you, I know how the community is, and I know the outrage that would happen right there. And people will start looking at everybody that voted for option 4 over here for those super long battles. They'll start looking at them like, "Why the hell was you doing this? Like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, get out of here!" Like, then you come over here and you see the results for the international version, and then the international version option 1 is 11% for short battles. They were like, I'm good on that. I don't want no one stage to be diabolical. That's it. Type. Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Split that out a little bit, and then you got like where now it's like at 35%, the highest percentage of both of them. The international version was like, yeah, you can keep the long fights at 5 phases. We can do that. Like we can do that as long as it's spread out and evenly. I won't say evenly, but you understand what I'm saying when I say evenly distributed to where it's not like one short phase is god awful, or you got your currently right now of three where it's like good lord have mercy, like two of these fights is pretty rough. One's not that bad. Looking at the game of fight, game of one's not that really not that bad. It's his bombs and that, but that's about it. Gamma two at the beginning is really bad, and then you get to the gamma fight, and it's like now you got the bombs included, and then also them getting the buff as well too, and the multiple supers and stuff like it's like yeah, sure you can get around it with certain people for countering the supers, but it's still looked at as probably the hardest fight currently right now in the game. And I would, and especially for short term and not festival wise, I think might even be he might even be worse. Is he worse than Super Vegeta? I feel like he might be Loki. Because I know on that one he might be somewhere around that if not. No, because he does multiple supers as well too. So on that one. And then you got 25%. I don't know what's going on with this 25% of the people that want super long battles, because the thing is, in my opinion, just from this is that yes, it's 2% of a smaller margin from what it was from the Japanese version, but the fact that it's still not like 11%, and those two are like not flipped or something like that, just means that yeah, sure, a lot of people really like long form content, but then as soon as you get the long form content in here, you know what happens at that certain point, especially if it's completely diabolical. Like I couldn't imagine if like we got the 7 phases and like four of the phases were extremely diabolical, while the other three are like rest points where it's like, oh, thank the Lord, I can recruit, like I can like regroup here. I can maybe stall out a little bit and get my work my HP back up, or something along the lines. Maybe build up for some of these units or whatever. Like I can do that at these stages, but the other stages, I'm fighting, I'm sweating. It's my life. Like they coming for it. Like that's what it feels like. And I'm surprised on that. But for question two on multiple super attacks, it's crazy because people say they want multiple super attacks, like like all target attacks 20%, critical hits 18%, which lets you know that people are not happy with those critical hits, especially with seeing their units doing certain things and then thinking that they're good, and then that and forgetting that it's a crit hit from the enemy and going, oh, okay, so I took more damage than I was expecting, and probably got KO'd. That's probably one of the things. But you see at 24%, Kobe, guaranteed hits, like. mm, I don't necessarily mind it, but at the same time, it's like that's basically like the hey, you ain't dodging this shit. And I'm surprised that most people ain't worried. But I mean, that does say that a lot of people live by the dodge, die by the dodge, and don't necessarily like that shit uh that much, to be fair. Like the multiple super attacks, I think people are kind of being like, okay, well, if I can still dodge them, then I'm not super worried about that. And that's the reason why they probably picked that. Is just for the simple fact they're like, okay, I can, if I'm not worried about it, like in my opinion, I think going back to that Broly fight of him literally guarantee hitting everything and you can't dodge his fool at all. Like I guess unless you use a Super Vegito for it, but for some of those missions and stuff like that, it scarred a lot of people too. Because I'm surprised. Like I am genuinely surprised that it's 24% though. But that being 38, like it's kind of insane that the gap from target all versus this. Like I don't know if it's because of the Rose fight, and if people are thinking like looking ahead in the future and being like, okay, I don't want to like all targets to do like say a target all attack does like 3 million or 4 million or 5 million, like going forward. It looks like a fucking super attack that I'm taking in every slide, and I got to rely on the dodge or having crazy amount of damage reduction with an item on and being built up by the time I get to there. Because that's the thing. Like if it starts out like like if it started out like 4 million or 5 million for an all like an all group attack, bro, that would be or even just a super attack as well too. Being like, bro, like I said, I think the Broly's and stuff like that pretty much got and maybe some of the Cell Max stuff has pretty much got people like I'm not trying to have that, bro. I'm not trying to have those nightmares. So that's a thing. You can see that from the like Japanese version, how they sort of voted. And then you come over to the international, and then everybody was like almost 50% said I'd rather deal with the multiple super attack going forward. Bro, that's scarred, really equally scarred. 2 and 3 of crits and guaranteed hits are equally scarring. That's what I read that as. Like it's equally scarring because looking into the future, because I think that's where the most part, like I said, is everyone was looking into the future and not just currently right now, but looking into the future and being like, I don't want to fuck with that. Like I don't want y'all to double down on that shit like at all. Like I don't even know. Did they even have the question for the bombs? If I remember, clear an event with. Oh no, okay, no, they didn't. So clear an event within a certain number of turns. Clear event. I know for a fact. Like I ain't even gotta. I really didn't even have to look at the Japanese versions or the international versions for this because I really hadn't before then. I wanted to take a look. I just was clearing a lot of things off. I know for a fact that a lot of people don't necessarily like that clearing an event within a certain number of turns or clearing an event with all 5 types. Like I said, if you put it in a situation eventually where you're going to give us super or extreme leaders that are 220% like at the current level of leader skills, then yeah, those probably won't be as bad because then you can just throw all the best villains on there, then all the best like supers on there, and just go, okay, like now I got this. But the fact that they again are delaying that or at least trying to pivot completely away from doing that is something that tells you a lot. Like it literally tells you a lot of like how they know this game would go and how much more it would open up, and they don't necessarily want to do that just for the simple fact that they want you to summon on categories. That's the only reason why categories literally existed was because everyone was taking all their monos and putting all the best monos together. And then when we got the super and extreme leaders and then the all type leaders, remember those? Like they were all just taking those and going, yeah, we're doing all this. And they were like, those are the best leaders in the game. We want y'all to keep summoning on other stuff. Like so that's my opinion on it. That's why we ain't seen any of the type units get 200% leader skills and stuff like that in the type banners. Like those for like LRs in there, like which is a great idea that hasn't happened. Is be just for the simple fact that they want that to make it a lot harder for you instead of making it at least somewhat easier. If you're gonna put us in metas where it's gonna be even crazier, like at least make it easier for us and give us those leaders that will allow us to do those things. And even if it's still a hard fight, like at least we got a leader to put all the good units in there that we want to run and go at it. But they don't want to do that. And I already know for a fact that people ain't going for it. Like I said, if we had those leaders, then this wouldn't be as bad whatsoever at all. And probably even this wouldn't be as bad, and people would be ready to do. But like I said, in a business decision of making money, like they don't want to do that. They don't want to give you leaders that are super and extreme in current metas. Like they'll give you like 2 metas back leader skills, but they won't give you like current leaders for that. Like remember that. And then clear the event within 6 characters from specific character categories. Like I don't think a lot of people like those because a lot of the categories that they try to make you beat it with are purposely put in there just because they know that it's extremely toxic to run. And I know a lot of people aren't going to like that at all. Like they can just go back to any sort of hard event that we've had and then look at the category that was needed to beat it and been like what was it? Hybrid Saiyans with Broly and then wanting to dodge everything, but then not being able to dodge everything at the end. It was yeah, like you just pick and choose your worst sort of category that you ran across and being like, why was this there? Or like, for instance, like if they take something and they go beat it with World Tournament Team, and then you're like, oh come on, like you don't even do anything for World Tournament Team, and now you want me to beat it with World Tournament Team? Come on, man, like that type shit is annoying for a lot of people, and I feel like all three of these are already horrendous. And then missions that feature a mix of conditions like 1 to 3. I would probably say most people would prefer that. And maybe maybe the first one, because the 2 and 3 are like really, well, one's two, but what 17%? Okay, I mean that's low. I knew people didn't like that really at all. 30. I'm surprised at 30% for clear the event with 5 types, all 5 types. Like, okay, option 3 though, clear an event with 6 characters from. I mean, I guess that's technically the easiest one, but in a sense, like I think you're gonna screw yourself even more going forward when they start putting categories. Like y'all, like I'm telling you right now, y'all motherfuckers gonna be screwed when they go, oh yeah, beat it with Super Saiyans right now, and you like, really? So I think you sold on that one, Japan. And then 19% for the missions that feature a mix of conditions. Like, okay, whatever. Really, it's almost okay. So 12% here for the international. 90, yeah. 19%, 42% said they. Wow, I'm actually shocked on that one. I'm genuinely shocked. I may be out the loop, I guess, but I mean that is the easiest one. But I know for a fact that when they put missions in that with categories, it's like, come on, bro. Like people moan and groan about. So I'm actually surprised on that one. 27% for this. Maybe for an international version, I'm not that surprised on that. But yeah, upcoming stages. Stage 1, international version, event type, a long battle, 5 phase, enemy multiple super attacks, clear an event with 6 categories of 6 characters from a specific category. And then Japan's will be a super long battle and multiple super attacks and clear an event with 6 characters from a specific category. So I guess on paper that doesn't look too terrible, but we know how that goes with them and how watch this be a situation where I swear to you, you know how mad I'm going to be if they make both these events, and literally this one for the international version is harder than the Japanese version. Like they actually put bubble wrap around y'all with the 7 phases. When in realistically, you think of a fight that's 5 phases versus 7 phases, you're probably like, damn, that 7 phases is probably worse. I swear, if this is international global Dokkan players right now, how mad y'all gonna be if our fight is hard, like not even like a smidget harder, but like harder than a Japan's fight? Like how mad would y'all be? Because I know I know the Japanese version probably sitting over there like, I want my easy dragon stones. Like I don't know about that, bro. I don't know about that. We're gonna have to see how that goes. But I genuinely wanted to go over this stuff and talk about it because I hadn't seen the results, and now that I'm seeing the results, I'm like, bro, it's really like that. Y'all want stuff like this? All right. I really am shocked about the 7 stages for the 7 phase fight for the Japanese version. I'm really shocked about that. But regardless, yeah, are you ready or not? Other than that, have an awesome day /night. Stay safe out there, and I'm out. Peace.